Namaste students, I am JVN Dr. Rupesh M. Likhar, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Kriya Sharir, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. Today we will discuss about transport of respiratory gases. Beginning with little introduction, as we all know, blood helps in the transport of respiratory gases. Which are the respiratory gases? Oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen, which is essential for cells, is transported from alveoli of lungs to the cells, and carbon dioxide, which is the waste product in the cells, is transported from cells to the lungs. Coming to transport of oxygen, oxygen is transported from alveoli to the tissues in the two forms, as simple physical solution and in combination with hemoglobin. Firstly, we will see how oxygen is transported as a simple physical solution. Oxygen dissolves in water of plasma and is transported in this physical form. Only 0.3 ml of oxygen per 100 ml of plasma is transported in this way. It forms only about 3% of total oxygen in blood because of poor solubility of oxygen in water content of plasma. Next, transport of oxygen in combination with hemoglobin. Oxygen combines with hemoglobin and is transported as oxyhemoglobin. 97% of oxygen is transported by this method. Oxygen combines with hemoglobin only as a physical combination. It is only oxygenation and not oxidation. So, what is oxygenation? It is a physical addition of oxygen to any kind of mixture or solution, whereas oxidation is chemical combination of oxygen with another kind of atom. Oxygen combines with hemoglobin by oxygenation, so it can be readily released from hemoglobin when it is needed. Each molecule of hemoglobin contains 4 atoms of iron and each iron atom combines with one molecule of oxygen. Let's start transport of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is transported by the blood from cells to the alveoli in four ways: as dissolved form, as carbonic acid form, as bicarbonate form, and as carb amino compounds. First, transport of carbon dioxide as dissolved form. Carbon dioxide diffuses into blood and dissolves in the fluid of plasma, forming a simple solution. Only about 3 ml per 100 ml of plasma of carbon dioxide is transported as dissolved form. It is about 7% of total carbon dioxide in the blood. Second, transport of carbon dioxide as carbonic acid. Part of dissolved carbon dioxide in plasma combines with the water to form carbonic acid. Transport of carbon dioxide in this form is negligible. Next, transport of carbon dioxide as bicarbonate. About 63% of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate. From plasma, carbon dioxide enters the RBC. There, it combines with water to form carbonic acid. The reaction inside RBCs is very rapid because of the presence of carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic acid is very unstable and dissociates into bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. Concentration of bicarbonate ions in the cells increases more and more and diffuse through the cell membrane into plasma. When negatively charged bicarbonate ions move out of RBC into the plasma, the negatively charged chloride ions move into the RBC to maintain the electrolyte equilibrium. The exchange of a chloride ion for a bicarbonate ion across RBC membrane is called as chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon. Bicarbonate ions combine with sodium ions in the plasma and form sodium bicarbonate. In sodium bicarbonate form, it is transported in the blood. Hydrogen ions dissociated from carbonic acid are buffered by hemoglobin inside the cell. When blood reaches the alveoli of lungs, sodium bicarbonate in plasma dissociates into sodium and bicarbonate ions. Bicarbonate ions move into the RBCs. It makes chloride ions to move out of the RBCs into the plasma. The process by which chloride ions are moved back into the plasma from RBC is called as reverse chloride shift. Bicarbonate ion inside the RBCs combines with hydrogen ions and forms carbonic acid, which dissociates into water and carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is then expelled out. The diagram shows transport of carbon dioxide in blood in the form of bicarbonate and chloride shift. Lastly, transport of carbon dioxide as carb-amino compounds. About 30% of carbon dioxide is transported as carb-amino compounds. Carbon dioxide combines with the hemoglobin to form carb-amino hemoglobin, and it combines with plasma proteins to form carb-amino proteins. Carb-amino hemoglobin and carb-amino proteins are together called carb-amino compounds. Carbon dioxide combines with protein or hemoglobin with a loose bond so that carbon dioxide is easily released into alveoli where the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is low. Now, after studying transport of respiratory gases, we must know two important effects related to this transport. First, Bohr effect, and second, Haldane effect. Bohr effect is the effect by which presence of carbon dioxide decreases the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. In the tissues, due to continuous metabolic activities, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is very high and the partial pressure of oxygen is low. Due to this pressure gradient, carbon dioxide enters the blood and oxygen is released from the blood to the tissues. Presence of carbon dioxide decreases the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. And Haldane effect is the effect by which combination of oxygen with hemoglobin displaces carbon dioxide from hemoglobin. So here we end the topic transport of respiratory gases, in which we studied transport of oxygen as simple solution and in combination with hemoglobin. We also studied transport of carbon dioxide as dissolved form, as carbonic acid, as bicarbonate, and as carb amino compounds. We also had knowledge about Bohr effect and Haldane effect. Thank you.